Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Stu Kent Expert Session. Today, we have the pleasure of hearing from Ivey O'Neal. Ivey has been a content marketing and link building strategist at Red Ventures for the past 4 years. During her time at Red Ventures, she has worked on more than 15 websites in a multitude of different verticals, including personal finance, education, health, home services, and more. Since taking on this role, she has helped develop content marketing strategies for brand new sites from the ground up, in addition to shaping the link building strategy for older and more established sites. She is dedicated to making sure each site she works on has a solid content marketing strategy and has the ability to earn high-quality backlinks through social and email marketing tactics. We are so excited to hear from you today, Ivey. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Ivey O'Neal, and I'm going to be going over with you offsite SEO, how to leverage content marketing for link building. Today, I want to talk to you about the benefits of content marketing, what is it and why you should create it on your site, types of shareable content, what your content needs to stand out, and how to share your content through social and email. So really quickly, first, content marketing. What is it and what are the benefits? Content marketing is a type of marketing that involves the creation and sharing of online material. So this could include videos, blogs, articles, surveys, social media posts that don't explicitly promote a brand, but it's intended to stimulate interest on your site and your products and services. A benefit of content marketing is, of course, it's going to generate site visits. The more unique and helpful your content is, the more people will visit the page on your site. Then they can eventually maybe visit other parts of your site if they're interested in your content and they want to see what other pieces of content you create. They'll search around. They could even maybe potentially convert and look at the products and services that you are selling on your site. And if they don't even convert, then they might remember your brand and come at another time. The next thing is it establishes a brand identity. If your content is unique enough, people will associate your brand with it and know that you are a great go-to resource on that subject and know you are a reputable source. Lastly, it creates backlinks. We love backlinks. Backlinks are a huge driver for rankings. The more unique and helpful your content is, the more backlinks you will get. Any piece, of great content is going to eventually receive natural links in the long term. However, if you also want to build backlinks to a specific article, I will help share some tactics with that later in this presentation. I want to go over with you guys types of shareable content that we have created at Red Ventures. The first one is resource guides and tools. So first with tools, our calculators are a great example of a user-friendly tool that everyone can use and they're interactive. Users like content that they can mess around with and personalize and tailor to themselves, and these calculators are a perfect example of that. Guides. So if you're creating a resource guide or a resource article on a subject, this one is about time on your side, a guide to millennial investing. So in this article, we have everything you need to know about millennial investing, long form content. We're also including graphs and visual elements. If there is, any way you can include visuals in your content to help tell a story, that also helps increasing it, making it more shareable. The next type of shareable content is data-driven content. So especially if you have proprietary data, this is going to increase trust in your site and trust in your brand. It's going to help you get backlinks and shares because no one else has this data and has seen or used it before. By providing proprietary data, it also allows people to tell their own stories. So you provide the data, but people can manipulate it in the way that they want, and they want to share it, and then they'll reference you once they publish it. The next is proprietary data. If you don't have or natural data from another source, so if you don't have all of the data yourself, you can also use other people's data and use it to tell your own story and manipulate it in a way that no one else has before. The next type of shareable content is featured articles. So another great method to share your content is just to get expert quotes. First of all, that's going to help the authority of your article because people love to read articles that have quotes from experts on a specific subject. It's also going to help share your article, because if someone's quoted, they're probably going to want to share the fact that they were quoted in your article on their social or on their site. So it's a two-way street featuring experts in your articles. I want to dive in with you guys on how to create content that is marketable, and some tips that, when you're building your content from the ground up, what you should keep in mind. The first one is make sure that it is informative. Make sure that you're showcasing the information that people want to read and is helpful for them. Make sure you're going in depth and answering every possible question a reader may have as you are outlining or writing the piece. The next one is make sure it has a hook. So when you come up with a content idea, no matter how far-fetched and unique you think it is, I guarantee you there's someone that's already written about that on the web. So you need to make sure how to make your piece different from everyone else's. Do competitor research, do similar article research, and figure out, what can you include in your content that's going to make it different than what's already out there. The next one is unique value to user, kind of on the same lines. People want to read and share content that is unique to them, so figure out how you can include an aspect of that in your content. Bank rates calculators are an example of that. Have something that people can personalize for themselves. The next one is that it includes data. Like I said earlier, people love to see numbers. It gives authority to your brand, and it helps people tell their own story as well. Next, make sure it's relevant. So does this piece of content, no matter what it is, does it make sense living on your site? You can't have a piece of content about cooking on a personal finance website. It's going to not help you share it if it doesn't make sense coming from your brand. Lastly, is author and site expertise. So if you can get someone to write your articles or create your content that is an expert in that subject, it's going to help create authority for your piece of content. And also just make sure that your site seems like they should be an expert on that, and make sure you are an expert. Make sure every single aspect of your content is accurate, and that you are giving a unique take on whatever the subject is. So now you've created your content. How do you promote it? I would suggest that as you are creating your content, you're also coming up with your strategy on how you are going to promote it. One way is social media. So connect with people about your article subject or your content subject. You can use tools like BuzzSumo to find users who share content link like yours. And you'll also see a list of popular content related to a keyword and get a list of people that you can share it with from that platform. You can also mention influencers or mention the people you have quoted in your content and tag them on social media as well. And then I think you can also use social media in your content ideation phase. Ask questions, find groups of people that are interested in a particular subject and ask them if you were to create content, what would you want? What would they want your content to look like? Find those online communities and really get, user feedback on what they would like your content to look like. Lastly is email. Email is a great way to promote your content, but you need to be really smart about the way you go about doing it. Really make sure you're only contacting people who are sharing similar content on their social media or on their site already. You need to make sure that the piece of content that you're sharing with them is relevant and that you think that they would want to link to it in the first place. Another thing is send personalized messages. People get many, many emails every single day, and they want to make sure that you're going to have a likelihood of a better open rate and also conversion rate if you are writing an email that is personalized to them. Lastly, state the problem that whoever your email is probably facing and how your content is going to solve that problem. This will increase the likelihood of them sharing it on their site or their social media. Some final thoughts. Content marketing can be tricky. You must be willing to try new things and fail and try many different strategies. I would say it's really important to do research on what other people are doing. So that goes into the innovation part of this. What can you do that your competitors aren't doing or people in your space aren't doing? It's all about coming up with the next big thing and making your content unique and different than everyone else's on the web. Lastly, content is key. You can share your content to as many people as you want, but if your content doesn't have a unique utility, unique aspect to it, and is different, it's not going to perform well. So really make sure you spend the time on creating your content, get expert feedback, create design elements, really figure out what the people want, and what you think your prospects would want, so that you can get as many backlinks and shares as possible. So that's it. Thank you for listening. Bye.